we need to reassert the value of online content. Hello everybody, my name is Greg Crable and this is my podcast, Something I Learned Yesterday, where I take one issue from the world of publishing and explain it in just a few minutes. This morning I was walking the granddog in the neighborhood park and was serenaded to the sound of, "Come here, Sky! Come back, Sky! Heel, Sky!" You'll find it is no surprise that Sky, a lovely German Shepherd Husky mix, I think, came flying by a few seconds later, dragging his leash. He was friendly enough and wanted to play with the granddog, but we moved along. The hapless owner kept calling out. He reminded me of that psalm that Wooster, of Wooster and Jeeves, likes to quote. "They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely." As we walked out of the park, two things happened simultaneously. Sky went flying by across the street, and of course the hapless owner is still yelling back in the park. And a park ranger pulled up in his Ford Escape, rolled down his window and asked, "What the heck?" I gave him the lowdown and continued my walk, hoping that the hapless dog owner will at least get a warning and maybe a ticket for not keeping charge of his dog. Now, this whole story reminded me of two things: parenting and publishing. When I'm out and I hear a parent say, "Stop that, Johnny. I mean it, Johnny. This is your last warning, Johnny. I'm going to count to 10, Johnny," and so on, I feel really bad for that kid because the parent is training Johnny to ignore everything the parent says. It reminds me of publishing because ever since the dawn of the internet, publishers have been training consumers to believe that their content should be free. As a funny coincidence, Bo Sachs just sent around an email today about Time's experience after dropping their paywall. Since then, the article says, Time has seen advertising revenues rise, digital subscriptions evaporate, and traffic remain relatively flat. The bottom line is that Time is currently not profitable. It's an interesting article and I'll link it below, but first I'll give you a couple of general thoughts. First, there is no magic revenue solution that will work for every publisher. It's good to read about other publishers' experiences, but I don't think it will transfer to your content and your audience. Not necessarily, it doesn't work like that. Paywalls work for some and don't work for others. Generally speaking, paywalls work better when the content is viewed as need to know and is a significant step above what can be had for free. Second, publishers have to stop reinforcing the attitude that content should be free. There has to be an exchange. You can pick any sort of exchange you like, but you have to make it clear that the reader is paying for the privilege and that it costs money to create what you're creating. For example, if you're going to use an ad-supported model, that's fine, but don't allow people to use ad blockers. Make it clear that viewing the ads is their payment for seeing the content. We've been telling consumers that content should be free online for decades. It's going to take some time to undo that damage, but we all need to start doing it right now. Of course, this also ties into the AI problem. Having spent decades telling everyone that content on the internet is free for the taking, publishers are now shocked and appalled that their content is free for the taking. So those are my thoughts for today. I hope that was helpful. If I can help you in any way, please give me a call. You'll see my contact information on the next page. Thanks a lot.